What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, the Soul Proponent. Today, I'm going to talk about the final piece of my four-piece series, the story of the soul. And this is about the soul living on forever. So, my message is that the soul is born pure of a virgin, miraculous, buried and rejected, yet lives forever. And this is the last piece. I did a series because it's kind of a lot of information at once, so I decided to break it up and do a series. And today, the last piece of the story is that the soul lives on forever. This is pretty much self-explanatory. The soul is infinite and eternal. This is contrary to popular belief. Popular belief, a lot of it is based on misunderstanding and not knowing the entire truth. But, the story of Jesus, it's kind of like not an accident that the same story of Jesus being born pure of a virgin, miraculous, buried and rejected, yet lives forever, is the same. It has the same attributes, the same qualities, the same characteristics of the soul. And the reason I found is that the story of Jesus is a parable about the soul. And the soul is a missing ingredient in a lot of traditional religion, especially traditional Christianity. This is the source of our self-worth. This is the crown piece that has been missing throughout the whole of the history of mankind, if you look at it. And you can tell if you just look at history of all the atrocities that have happened throughout history, something's wrong, something's missing. And this is it. It's the soul. The soul lives on forever. So Jesus ascends into heaven and lives at the right hand of the Father. This is kind of the same quality of the soul. It's righteousness. It's holiness. It's immaculateness. And it's infinite and eternal because it is God. And God is the soul, and the soul is God. They're one and the same. He who has seen me has seen the Father. That's what this is about. God sent his only begotten Son is a verse about the soul. The soul is what God gave us to know, to guarantee our connection with God. We can never be disconnected. God is oneness, is infinite. You can't separate it from it. But we've got all these ideas and all these stories. The popular, traditional, conventional interpretation of Christianity is that, Jesus is here to save us. He's the man that sacrificed himself for our sins. God gave his only begotten Son, which is Jesus. That's not it. This is about the soul. This is reality. This is who and what we are. This is the truth of our identity. It lives forever. But it's one thing to talk about this, but to actually experience it is another thing. So we have to get to the point where we actually experience it for ourselves. And that what makes all the difference. Because, people are always asking for evidence. Where's the evidence? How do you know? Well, you have to walk the journey and find out for yourself. You can't just take my word for it. So the soul lives on forever, and the way to experience that is that we have to give the evidence for that. We're the ones that have to do or undo, more accurately, what needs to be undone in order for us to experience that. And it's a tall order. It's a lot of work. And most people don't want to do it. They won't do it consistently. They'll do it a couple of times and then forget about it because it's difficult. They don't have the right environment around them or the right support to do it. But the path to the soul is so important. We have to continue on with it. In fact, we have to continue forever because the soul lives on forever. The truth lives on forever. So the process of experiencing spiritual awakening and knowing that the soul is born pure of a virgin, miraculous, buried and rejected, yet still lives, goes on forever. We have to continue to follow the truth and to do the work that it takes for that to happen, because the truth never ends. And so the path never ends. And on the path to the truth, we have to find as many angles of the the truth as we possibly can, and that never ends. The more we find, the more we understand the truth, the more we become one with it. It grows and it develops and it gets even better. Like, we somehow think, oh, once we get to heaven, once we get the soul, once we get God, it's the end. It's not. It's the beginning. It lives on forever, and that's the beauty of it. It's grace. There's not much, the work. Of course, there's work we have to do, especially at the beginning, but after that, it becomes easier. It becomes a flow. It becomes graceful. Something takes over our lives, like the verse in the Bible where Paul says, "Not I, but the Christ that lives in me." That's what that's about. The soul. The soul is in us. It's already there. It lives forever. It's just buried and rejected. We forgot that it was there, but it's there forever. Like when we were children, we were very close to it, and we somehow forget about it. But it's never gone. It's always there. It lives forever, and that's the beauty of the message of the soul. And that's what the story of Jesus is trying to tell us. We're one with the soul. We're one with God because of the soul. Born pure of a virgin, miraculous, buried and rejected, yet it lives forever. That's my message. John Dominique, the Soul Proponent.